Don't just be another brick in the wall. Do not. Don't do it. Take yourself out and say, I'm done. I'm done playing this game of complete self-consciousness. The only reason that people put themselves in the wall as a brick like this is because they're self-conscious. They think people are watching them. They get nervous. You know the feeling. I know the feeling. You feel like you have to change yourself. And this started very young. This started very young in your childhood. We all know this. Most of us know this, So now you're on this path of basically undoing what was done to you. So you're not becoming better. You're just becoming what you were before someone said, you got to do this to be better, to be more, to be loved, to be whole. I am so sorry about the screaming kids. I don't like it either. You might have not heard that. Oh, it's coming right up next to me, intruders. So don't be another brick in the wall. Don't allow yourself to force yourself to conform because you feel insecure. Here's the thing. You can find a security within yourself that doesn't require anything from this outside world. That sounds really nuts, right? It's like, okay, how do you do that? Well, there's a lot of obstacles you're going to have to go through. And you're going to overcome. You have to experience life. So here's the thing. This message that I'm sending to you today, whoever is watching this, it's for you. And the message is you have to experience. It's so windy. I'm not going to stop the video because I'm spontaneous. Okay, so you have to find a way, and sometimes the way is this. When you are unconscious, when you are in your bad habits, and that's okay, that's human nature, become aware of when you are in those things, and then you will just start becoming more conscious. But don't pressure yourself. Don't feel like you have to be a certain way, I guess. Don't make feel. It's so hard to explain these things. If you go unconscious, okay, become aware that you are unconscious. I can't get away from the screaming kids, I'm sorry. Become aware that you are unconscious, and even when you go unconscious, it's not like your fault. It's not like there's something wrong with you, okay? So yeah, just be as aware as you can, and then just let it be. There you go. Don't try to work it out in your mind so much. That's what makes you nuts. It drives your mind crazy, and then you're like, where's the answer? There is no answer. So just go with what you're feeling. Go with just go. Just move. Live life to its fullest. Don't be another brick in the wall. That doesn't mean act reckless. It means become more conscious of what you're unconscious of, and that takes time. It takes a weathering, and I am a firm believer that the universe is working through each and every one of us fully to its what it wants to experience is what's coming out in your life. And the reason you suffer is because you identify so much with that process that you start to feel really shitty about yourself. But you don't have to. But here's the thing. When you do feel shitty about yourself, don't try your best not to beat yourself up when you're feeling shitty, because you're not like everybody else. Don't do that to yourself. I mean, these words are just words, again. And I am here to say that I'm never going to sit here and say love and light. That's all that exists. It's just love. Okay, what happens when, someone comes out of the blue and just, hits me across the head with a bat, love and light? You still going to say that? No. It's not. There's pain, and you are going to go through things that are going to weather you into the person you are meant to be. And guess what? Life has already done that to you. You are meant to be who you are meant to be in this moment. There's nothing wrong with you. You are not broken. And you are not another brick in the wall. And you won't ever be. Your authentic self is what you are looking for. Authenticity is real spirituality, if you want to call it that. I don't even like using that word. I don't even like using the word awakening anymore. But being authentic, which means unmasked, unfiltered, and transparent. When you do that, the reason you're scared to do that and to back away from the brick in the wall is because when you were a child, you were criticized for being who you were, unconsciously. And so you spent your whole life trying to be something for someone that doesn't even know what the hell they're talking about. Like, it's stupid. You start to get to that point. You'll start to reach these like milestones where you'll realize it's stupid to care. And you'll just naturally become more you. This is a process. It's an evolutionary process. And you don't have as much control as you think you do over it. You don't have like this total control, like my life. The whole point of awakening is to realize it's not your life. It doesn't mean that you give up. And sometimes you might give up, right? That's okay too. That's part of life because you are life itself. All that stuff is happening within you. But you start to become more conscious of these things and it makes your life a little bit easier because you realize, bikers coming by, and kids, hi. You start to realize, it's not even a belief, it's a recognition within the body. Like you're like, oh, I feel safer now because I realize I'm not this, and this. I'm not this bullshit, I'm not that. I'm life. But guess what? I want to tell you something, friends. I don't think human life was made to work. So I'll tell you this. I actually got that word, that phrase, the human life was not made to work, from another person on YouTube. And he has a great channel. His name is, it's Spiritual Renaissance. I think he has another channel. He has multiple channels that he started creating and just speaking. An older guy, but super duper smart guy. And he said, human life is not made to work. And so when you realize that, you kind of like really recognize that, you go, oh damn it doesn't work. So you stop freaking out about it. You're like, okay. You're like surrendering, but like you can't force yourself to surrender, right? Sometimes you feel like you gotta be the brick. Sometimes you feel like you have to do this. And it's okay to do this. There's nothing wrong with that. We were trained to be that way, you see? So you gotta be discerning and just, the point is if you don't want to be a brick in the wall, you gotta give up the idea that if you are, there's something wrong with you. Isn't that interesting? Because you realize that you're not the brick. Okay, so be the brick in the wall if you'd like. It's kind of funny. My freckles actually kind of match the bricks. I practiced being a brick in the wall for a very long time, and it did not serve me well. Like, yeah, I got some money, and yeah, got my apartment, still feel like shit. Oh, I got my car. I was never really a materialistic person in the first place, but like, I tried to act normal, normal in society for a very long time. And I couldn't figure it out. Like, I started getting to a point where it's like, I can't make this work. And I really could. I noticed that. And a lot of people don't notice that their whole life. They'll spend their whole life chasing something, and then they'll get to the end of their life and realize, damn, I did all of that just to arrive at my death safely. And what did I get? Oh yeah, I didn't get anything. So yeah, the point is authentic expression. Authentic expression is who you really are. It's not all the concepts you have about awakening. It's not all of the things you think you have to do to be awakened. If you want to meditate, meditate. If you don't. If you want to eat meat, eat meat. I don't care. I don't eat meat, but it's like, it's a you thing. It's so unique and prescribed to you, more so than like someone can tell you what to do. Like, I can't tell you anything. The only thing I can tell you is my experience. And the wind is apparently telling you it's... See? You will slowly and surely find more peace when you, as you go down this journey and on this path, the reason people turn into bricks in the walls is because they're looking for happiness, and they think it lies in conforming to what someone else said was a great idea. That's how people end up like that. And there's nothing wrong with them, it's just collateral damage. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. We need people that are sleeping in order to wake up, you see? We're all playing a different role. No one's better or worse. It's not better or worse to be awake or asleep. So you need to try to remember that and stop trying to become awake so bad. Like that's actually a big part. Like, stop trying to be awake. Like, recognize even when you're engaging in your... This actually makes you more awake. Like, when you're engaging in negative patterns or thought loops, which is usually what causes you to do something that's negative, whether it's whatever kind of addiction it is, become conscious of that and recognize that, like, it's not your fault. Like, this is just how the best you know how to cope. What are you supposed to do? Be perfect? Like, it doesn't make you less awake. It actually makes you more awake to recognize, oh, I'm engaging in this, do this. Whenever you're doing something you think that you shouldn't be to make you more aware and awake, go, oh, I'm engaging in this bad habit right now. Yeah, okay. Watch yourself do that. And that's authentic, because you're like being honest with yourself. And then just watch yourself. Whatever it is that you're doing that you want to quit doing because you think it's bad for you, or whatever it is. Watch yourself. Be as conscious as you can during that process and watch. You will see transformation happen slowly, a bit shortly. It just depends on the person, honestly. But try that out. This video is about, I wanted it to be about authenticity and being very real. A lot of people are not real these days, and we know this. We see it. You go out to the store, you're like, holy shit, it's like fucking zombies. It is. It's like a goddamn zombie walking through the door. And here's the thing. You can laugh at it, because I like laughing at the ego. But you gotta have compassion for those people. And if you don't already, I'm sure many of you already do, but once you gain a lot of compassion, from seeing that, why you will get compassion is because you recognize, you're like, oh, they're just unconscious. They're ignorant. They're not like trying to be a dumbass, Sorry I had to say it like that, but it's true. So, yeah, authenticity is spiritual. It's the most spiritual practice you can have. I know that's hard because we've been conditioned to be like good boys and good girls and do everything that's real spirituality and real, like awakening and becoming aware is about being who you really are. But like I said, before someone told you who to be. So wake up, the lion sleeps no more. And guess what? Even if you get sleepy and you start going into your little trances, because we all do, we all do, you don't judge yourself. You don't criticize. You just go, whoa, I'm doing this. All right. And be conscious of it. And then see how you can become more authentic, I guess, to yourself the best you can. You are the only one that knows what to do. I don't know what to do for you. I only know what to do for me. Authenticity is your biggest truth. And again, when you are transparent and you're super real, yeah, I would call it like I'm being attacked, like you get more attacked. I think I said that in another video. It's not really you're getting attacked. It's like your subconscious coming after you because you feel like, it's kind of like a replay of your childhood when you were rejected for being who you were or whatever you felt as a child. You do that to yourself. You treat yourself the way others have treated you. Take that in because that's big, but you treat yourself the way others have treated you. And typically, it's the way your mother and father treated you as a child. And you treat yourself that way unconsciously your entire life. And you wonder why you're in so much pain. You're putting on a show. You don't have to do it anymore. You are free. And I get it. You got your worldly things you got to take care of. I get all that stuff. Like, what about this? What about this? I think that it comes to you as you become more aware. And it's like, it's no longer this planning thing. Like, planning takes so much effort. It's not authentic. If you actually think about it, true authenticity is not planning things. Like, I'm going to plan to be happy tomorrow at the wedding. What? Like, what? That doesn't make any sense. It's not authentic. Authenticity only lies in spontaneity and in the present moment. It does, and that's the truth. That's my truth. So, you are not just another brick in the wall. You are special and important. And you are loved by this God source energy. It's always here for you. So if you really knew that, what would you do differently? If you knew you weren't going to get out of this life alive, what would you do differently? What would you change? How would you act different? For those of us whose goal is awakening, you're going to run into a lot more gates, let's call it, gates to overcome. Someone who is on the path of wanting to build a business, that's their main goal, right? Or wanting to raise a family. They're not going to run into as many gates as you are. Because when you're trying to become more aware, you're going to run into a lot of obstacles. And hey, it's cool. It's cool. Because guess what? We're doing it together. But there's so much peace in it. You're no longer, it's like you start kind of like, instead of joy and despair, it's like I'm coming into peace with myself. So you're not doing that dance anymore. But that takes time. Again, this is an evolutionary process. Because I think many of you who are here have been hurt enough to where it's like, okay, well, I don't want to do this anymore. So I'm going to look for peace. I'm not looking for joy. I'm trying my best not to look for joy anymore. I'm looking for peace. There's this great person. His name is Shi Heng Ye. He's a Shaolin master. But he doesn't even use that name on himself. But he's a great person. You can look into him if you'd like. Shaolin master. Shi Heng Ye. And he says, if something can go up, something can go down. And I totally resonated with that because it's like, I don't really want to do that game anymore. It's kind of useless. So, just do your best. Don't beat yourself up. Really practice just catching yourself in those moments where you think you're all messed up and what's wrong with me, and you just got to catch yourself. And like I said, this is an evolutionary process. You don't have total control with how aware you are, you see. That doesn't mean you don't try, okay? This is a balance of surrender and intention. That will come with time. You don't know what the balance is, right? Just do your best. Like, try things out. Live, like I said, live life to its fullest. Do things that you didn't, just do everything. Like, follow your desire, even if you think they're bad for you. Follow those desires and see how they make you feel. Do things that make you feel good, that you know will make you feel, like, do whatever it is. There's like nothing really else to say but that. Like, authenticity is the most spiritual state you could be in. It's not some idea. And like I said, that's a pretty bell. The pain is real, right? Like, the pain gets real. But because you're more aware, you're like, oh, I'm not that pain. And you're actually holding some of the pain of the planet when you are becoming more aware, because you're like conscious, you're like of this pain, that you're not the pain, but you feel it. That's literally how it is for us. So I'm here to tell you that you are not alone. And my desire is to create a community of people who want to be as authentic as possible, want to support each other and help each other where we need. That's all I really care about, is helping somebody who is, in my position, and showing them that they can also be authentic. I have to work on my authenticity all the time. Like, there's days where, like, I totally catch myself and I'm like, I was being fake. I'll say it out loud. I'll be like, I was being fake. Because I was. And it's not like I meant to be fake. It was just like, it just happened. You see? So you catch that, don't judge it, analyze it, change it. And then you just keep doing that process. of that, because judgment is really the issue here. So I love all of you. Don't be another brick in the wall. And remember how loved you are for who you are, and love yourself for that. I almost ended the video, but then I realized I wanted to say a little bit more. It's about 20 minutes. Yeah, so self-love is not easy because we were taught to hate ourselves. Unfortunately, we're taught to hate ourselves, and we got to put some add-ons to be better. Yeah, that's collapsing. The whole system's collapsing, but I'm telling you guys, this evolution of this collapse, it's going to take some time. It's not going to happen next year. Like, you're not going to be like in bliss next year. You're going to go on this process of this evolutionary process of change, and you got to be present for it. Be present for it. You deserve to be here. Life is a gift. You are meant to be who you are. You aren't supposed to be someone you're not. Don't walk in someone else's shoes. It's not like anyone tries to walk in yours. Authenticity is the spiritual thing you're looking for. So I'll say one more thing to y'all. It's quite fascinating, isn't it? That we can even have these conversations in the first place about authenticity. And sometimes, I'm going to tell you this, being inauthentic is authentic, because you can't not be. When it becomes inauthentic is when you're not. If you want to become more conscious and like you're letting those things slide, kind of, it starts to feel inauthentic to you, and so you're like, oh, I got to become more conscious to be authentic. But it's still authentic to be inauthentic. You see, you got to look at it. You got to like dissect that. So, okay, I'm gonna let you guys go. This is a long video. I actually didn't expect it to be this long, but I love y'all, and just remember, you are loved and cherished deeply. And even if you are another brick in the wall, it's okay, because you know your true nature. So remember that.